Alright, if you've seen on any of my other videos I've done, I showed you how to install the fog lights down there, down here, and now I just put in my new halos. Told you there'd be more, there will be more. I bought them off a Car ID, and all I can tell you now without going back through receipts is the Onyx. There's the part number. And this is how they came. No paperwork, no shit, no nothing. Not a manual, anything. And now that I think about it, it doesn't even say on the glass what kind it is. But I got the Onyx halos. Show you how to hook them up. Now if you look at them, you got your... Haven't cleaned them up yet. You got your regular high beams, and then you have LEDs, extras. They go around. You have to hook them all up separately. You can hook up the LEDs if you want them on your regular light. You can hook them up so they're when you do your brights, which is stupid because you don't have your brights on very often. Or you can hook them up individually so you can have your LEDs on by themselves. Then you can have the headlights on by themselves, brights on by themselves, or you can have them on individually plus the LEDs. It's hard to explain, but you basically have three lights here. And how they come, as you can see, here's your main bulb. Get some light in there. So here's your main bulb on your left, your main bulb on your right, and then if you can see in there, you have the the smaller wires on the left, and if you can see them in there, you got them coming out of the right. Now I wanted to run them individual so I can just drive with my lights off and the LEDs on. So what you have to do is you have to ground the two negatives. You got to splice them together, ground them to your frame. Remember, you got to sand it, make a nice spot. I popped a hole in there, then I sanded it, put them together on a spade clamp, and I put it in there. There's my ground. Put the positives together, ran them out here, all the way around into the car. Now since I want both sets of LEDs run together on one switch, I have them fused together. So this is my right side, and I have it fused into my left side, passenger driver, and that's where the trail goes. That goes to the switch. And again, if you can see, I grounded that side, same as the other. You have to sand that paint off, it has to be a solid ground. And again, I have those LEDs wired all together, run over to here for the power, and then I got my power all the way to the car, around the body, or around the engine, through the frame. And if you've seen the other videos, we'll keep it upright. So here's my upper fog lights, lower fog lights, inside blues, back blues, and now I have an LED, my halos, which is actually pretty sweet. So let me turn the fog lights off. So now these are just the LEDs. So now I can drive with those. Can't see now, but the headlights off, the fog lights on, and it'll look pretty sweet. Now, let's shut the door. Turn the parking lights on. I'm going to replace those two at some point. Turn the headlights on. So now you have your LEDs in your headlight. LEDs headlight. Let's throw the brights on. Regular goes off. Brights come on. LEDs on. Now, shut the LEDs off. There's your bright. Turn the brights off. Just a single. Same over here, single. Reach in, flip the switch, you can see the brightness on the wall. Back to the LEDs. I'm going to shut everything off. We'll go down in here. Ow! God, watch when you're laying down. So, I have his truck wired up. We want it all blue. We're going to label them later. But we're going top to bottom. So, headlights, which is your LEDs. I'll find something to fill that gap, trust me. Upper fog lights, lower fog lights, interior. Now they're all wired the same. You have to ground your switch. All switches are grounded. The bottom one is the ground, which is earth. The middle one is the accessory, the red. Whatever accessory you're using. In this case, we're accessorizing with the LEDs. And then you need a power source. The volts. So you have, according to the switch, what it says on the switch is, I got one. Earth, ground, on, accessory, which is whatever accessory you're using. And then you have the supply volts. That's the battery. So you can see it from here. Bottom, earth. Middle is the accessories. Top is the ground, the power. And they're all run through. All my reds are the power, the hots. My greens going out. Those are the battery. Brother-in-law covered it completely black. There you go. Pretty cool setup. I like how they have the LEDs set up separately. That's pretty sweet, just driving around like that with your other lights on. Let's flip the upper fog light. Lower fog light. This baby will light a canyon. The garage can't pan out too far back. Now we're kind of maxing out on lights that I want to put on one battery. Most of them are just small lights, but still, we're getting about to the max. We're going to want to put it in a second battery. Oh, better shut them off. And I always suggest getting lit toggles. Help your mind to shut them off.